What's going on? Welcome to a live stream this morning or this afternoon, wherever you're viewing from. I'm going to be building my first website using ghost.org. I've actually built a couple of websites in the past. I think I've used Wix. I think I've used Squarespace, and I've also used, what's the other one? WordPress way back in the day. And I learned how to kind of code my way through WordPress back in the day, which was a fun experience. But these days, there's so many no-code websites that they have out there, ones like Ghost, that make things a lot easier if you want to build a website from scratch. So that's what I'll be doing today. Could be a few hours long. Not too sure how long this is going to take necessarily. Hopefully everything's working. The audio and the video is all working all good. Let me know in the comments if it is. Got a hair in my mouth to begin with. That's always great. But yeah, obviously building a website from scratch. If you've got nothing on today and you've got some work to do in the background, hang out and work with me. Maybe you can learn a couple of things along the way so you can build your website if that's something you're interested in. So I guess we'll just rip into it. Okay, so basically I'm using, as I said, ghost.org. So this is Ghost. I'll just give you a run through the page real quick. So the benefit of, like, as far as I'm aware of, the benefit of Ghost compared to other website builders is the ability to have like newsletters and subscription membership models built in amongst the blog and all the other content, like your about page and your contact page and stuff like that, all in the one thing. So that's the main thing, is being able to build an audience and have all those metrics and data built in, which is something I've been interested in for a while. So I'll just whiz through the website just so I'm a bit more familiar with what I'm talking about. So this is your dashboard, where if you have paid memberships for newsletters and things like that, all that data comes through here. It's not something I'm hugely focused on now in terms of like making revenue. At the moment, I just want to get in the habit of making more content in the form of blogs, and then newsletters can come along down the line. And if they're good enough, you know, you can start charging or put ads on them and that sort of thing. A lot of this stuff I've been learning and picking up through different people on Twitter and the posts that they're doing. So that's kind of why I'm in this mode of getting a website built now. Obviously the first type of video of this kind on the channel. But yeah, it's fun. It's interesting. I love tinkering, and that's what I'll be doing today. Let me know if you can hear the music or not. I just have some background lo-fi music on just to keep me out of my own head, basically, and have something in the background. Let me know if you can hear that or if it's too loud or too soft. I like to have it on in the background just so that's generally what I have in the background when I'm working anyway. So it will be here for the duration of this stream. So just scrolling through, looking at some tools and stuff. It's a very sort of drag and drop, click friendly website builder. Very, very simple. There's actually so many websites, popular websites that you're probably aware of that do use. All right, I've turned the volume up 2 times on that. Let me know if you can hear it. Bring it over a bit more. Yeah, there's so many websites that use it now. This is the publish my web and email newsletter. So super easy just to click little features and stuff. Built-in newsletters, rich media, dynamic cards, so I can embed videos and like podcast episodes, all that sort of stuff. So super easy. But the main benefit is the addition of memberships, which is not too common in the older website builders of the past. All right, I've moved the audio. Let me know if the speaker, let me know if that audio is picking up a bit more. Heaps better. What do you think? Awesome. No worries. Thank you. So yeah, again, you can link all sorts of stuff. There's an integration library here we can take a quick look at. You can incorporate Zapier, Google Analytics, Discord, YouTube, Twitter, all the social media sites, external newsletter providers like MailChimp, Shopify. So basically an all-in-one type of tool. So it should be interesting to build this thing from scratch. And let's look at some other creators that do use Ghost for building their website. Do a quick hello in the chat here. We got good buddy Chris Furlong here in the chat. What's going on? Thanks for being part of today's stream. Sounds coming through. You can turn it up a bit for the lo-fi. I've got my AirPods on, so sound tends to come in and out differently, but yeah, all good. Yeah, I think just the way StreamYard is set up, that it's going to prioritize the mic, and then further background noises is probably going to dip and duck accordingly, but I'm going to have it on in the background for my sake anyway, keep myself sane. Thank you guys for rocking with me. So it goes for creators. So very common or popular creator is Ali Abdaal, does a lot of productivity type of content. He's famously known for building his website on Ghost. Here we have what his website looks like and his blog posts. And what else can we explore real quick? So Kickstarter uses it for their website. We have, who else do we have? A bunch of different popular newsletters. CEO.com. A bunch of places, right? You get the idea. It's a pretty popular platform. So we'll just rip into it, right? Oh yeah, sorry. I'm going to click. I got to remember to click back and forth between stuff. So yeah, this is the page here. This is just some common websites that utilize Ghost. As you can see, Kickstarter in the middle here uses it, as I said, and then this is just a bunch of different websites and blogs that do use it. And the benefit is it's just super easy to navigate and set up for a beginner. So this is what Kickstarter looks like. Super clean. So I guess we'll just rip into it. I've got a few like resources I'm just going to refer to throughout the day just to keep myself on track without Googling all over the internet trying to find answers to my problems. So let's get into it. Let's catch up with the chat. Octopus is in. Sneaky Lurker Puss is here. You just have a speaker in the background. Yeah, I just have a little Bose Bluetooth speaker in the background. Cool. All right. So let's get into it. All right. So the left panel I'm going to use as like the actual to showcase the Ghost website. And then the right panel I'm going to use for like what I'm referring to basically. So let's get started. Chris is asking, how do you know what music is safe to stream? What I'm using currently, I think it's put out by Nick Nimmin on Spotify. They have, this is a bit sidetracked, they have a channel called Create a Mix, and it's all copyright free, different playlists of different genres. So I just add 2 or 3 different like albums in different genres to a playlist and just have that on loop in the background. That way you don't get flagged and you can have a bit of background music. Ideally, I would have it through Spotify playing directly into StreamYard, so it's not coming through my microphone, but I haven't quite figured that out. But it just gives it a bit of extra mood and vibe, keeps things moving when I'm doing something tedious or boring. There's a bit of background music there. All right. So first of all, we're going to choose, again, I've never built a website on Ghost before. So a lot of this stuff is going to be potentially one step forward, two steps back while I figure things out. So bear with me. So first of all, we're going to choose our style or our theme. So choose a style or choose a theme. There's a bunch of free ones, and there's also, of course, there's a bunch of paid ones that are more premium and stuff. Initially, I was looking at this one here called Solo. I just want something plain and simple because I am pretty pedantic, and I'll try and optimize and perfect every little detail that I can. But the point of this stream is just to get it up and going, up and running, without spending hours fiddling with different colors and then coding of like how far things are coming in terms of how many pixels they're in from the left and right. Like I can get in the weeds with that sort of thing. So that's not what I want to do today. I just want to kind of use this stream as an accountability thing just to get it done without messing around too much. Potentially I can do other streams down the line where I'm updating it and revising things. So initially I was going to use this one. It's just a simple solo person blog type format, which I don't mind. Obviously, a lot of the stuff you can sort of replicate and just replace the wording for your own needs. And then the blog posts here just have the main title of the blog and then some imagery to support it. Very plain and simple. And then the blog format's pretty straightforward. However, doing a bit of research this morning on other ones that I do like and I am willing to pay a bit more for, I found one called Firma. So just goes to Firma. So this is the one I think I'm going to go with today. It is 69 USD. So I think that's going to be about $100 to buy. You do get a bunch of like continuous updates and all that sort of stuff and walkthroughs and tutorials on how to get it going, but just has all those extra little flares and stuff that I would prefer in terms of just like hovering of images and zooms and just the way the responsiveness of the page actually handles when you're on it. Similar sort of style, just a blog post in terms of the title and a brief summary and then the imagery to go alongside it. And then email newsletter link at the bottom. A lot of this stuff you can change. And this is what they call the style guide. So what it will look like on blog posts. I kind of like just the simplicity of it. Just the way the quotes are shown, for example. You can change colors and font and whatever. Audio, so blog, podcast links and files can be shown there. Big headers if you have like an item or a product for sale. Nice simple imagery. And then a lot of the stuff will be links to like YouTube videos that I'm doing. So you can embed stuff here, really nice and clean. Product cards, NFTs, just little call outs. Kind of looks like the way Notion looks like when you're using, if you're familiar with Notion. Very plain, very simple, but it's worth, in my opinion, paying a bit more or paying a lot more compared to a free theme just to have all this stuff pre-done for you if you're serious about making a website. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and use. I'm going to use that Firma one. And from here, I don't really know what else I have to do. So I'm just going to like go with the flow. So I'm not sure if I just come through and purchase it right up and see what happens there. So it's coming through Gumroad. And this is all like the I guess the walkthrough of everything. So I'm not sure if I purchase it there directly or what. So what I'm going to do is switch back to my 2-panel. And I'm going to bring up the Firma documentation. Let's get started. All right, install theme. To install this theme, please follow these steps. In that Ghost admin, go to settings, click on design, press change theme button. So I guess I'll just make, because it says up here on this page, choose a style to start. You can change this later. So I'm guessing it just wants me to input my details in terms of like account details and whatnot, and then I can change the theme later. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the initial one that I was talking about, the free one over here on the left, the solo one. And I'll just hit start with solo. All right, so I'm going to set up your new site now. And saying that, one of these references by a great Twitter follower at the moment that I've been reading and watching all of her stuff, Lessa. I sort of done a walkthrough of this a few weeks ago and her experience with it in terms of setting up a Ghost account. Just explore themes, choose your own, design it yourself. There's free ones, pay ones. You can go along with me. I went with free Casper to start my blog. And then it says, sorry, if you're watching, by the way, everything I'm like talking about, I'll try and highlight so you can actually see what I'm referring to. So name your site, choose your brand color. It'll be the accent color used for menu bars and buttons. The publication name is the name of your site. It's also your subdomain in Ghost, in my case, lesser.ghost.io. When I first signed up, this confused me. Publication name sounded like the name of my first post. So I called it Fear of Failure, which is actually like a blog title, but it's not the blog, not a blog name that's inspiring. So the publication name is actually your name. So I'm going to just go ahead and enter my name. I need to do some sort of brand, what would you call it? Like a brand profile of different fonts and colors for like brand consistency. That's something I have to do a different day. I do generally love like a nice blue or green. Let's just, for the sake of this video, let's just go with we'll go with this blue to match my beautiful blue eyes. Perhaps I should save that hex for later. So what I'll do, I'll save that blue hex so I can refer to it if I do indeed like it. Oh, it keeps going away. Give me 1 second. So hex is, it'll probably show up a bunch more times. There's probably not a huge reason to write it down, but I'll do it anyway. Oop, jump too far ahead. And then what's your publication about? So Les is saying here, what's your publication about? This is your tagline, the theme of your blog. We'll use whatever comes to mind. You can change it later. So for me, describe the content you publish in 20 characters or less. Just whatever, personal website for, I'll just write Drew creates content about small business mindset, self-reliance, and hustle, as well as hustle and internet culture. That'll do. Cool. Hit continue. What best describes you? So not necessarily a publisher as of yet, not really a business. This is more of a creator account. So I'm going to go ahead and hit creator, hit continue, create an account. You'll get an unlimited free 14-day trial of all features. And I do like Ghost is, you can do a free version and a paid version. So let's just have a look at the difference, free versus paid. So launch your creative business, publishing, newsletters, members, payments, all in one. So the free one is $9 USD per month, billed yearly. One staff user, you only get to use the free Ghost theme, so you don't really get that much customization, and you get standard built-in integrations. There's a bit of a breakdown here below of more of the plans, of features of each plan. So the limitation is the custom themes, custom integrations is not really there. If you're just starting out, I would probably just pick the free one if you don't have a huge idea of what you want to do. I kind of, well, I want to have a custom domain and custom themes and stuff, so I'm pretty much have to go to this creator version. So it allows me to have 1,000 members, which is probably a long way off. 25 USD per month, which is essentially a business expense. You get everything in the starter account or the starter tier. 2 staff users, so you can have like potentially a VA log in for you and help. Unlimited custom themes, 1,000 Zapier integrations, which would help a lot with potentially making social media promo or having different business accounts and stuff, or different applications and stuff related to your business in terms of finance and stuff linked out. So many options there. And then you can build custom integrations. I don't really need anything above and beyond. I don't need more staff users or higher usage limits. There is a limit of file uploads of 100 megabytes. I'll only be really uploading photos and text. All the videos will be like embedded links to YouTube, so that's not a big deal. And email support is obviously very useful. When you pay for a year up front, you get a 20% discount, which is tempting. We do not run any other promotions. So let's figure out how much it's going to cost yearly and monthly, because I don't have that much money to just dump on a yearly subscription straight up, which is a bit of a bummer. That means it's going to work harder. So right now I'm going to obviously hide this page while I set up my account and pay for things. So bear with me for one quick moment. Oops, that's not good. Make sure you hide the pages. Yeah, have to be extra careful with that sort of thing. Disgruntled says, listening in the background, fighting with eBay chat on mobile. No idea how anyone uses the app for anything other than picking orders. Honestly, I never have any issue with the chat. They remove feedback in a split second. They're always heaps helpful with me. I think I've called eBay once via the phone in 4 or 5 years. Maybe I'm just on good terms with them. All right, so let me set this thing up. Not showing, which is good. It's always a bonus. Make sure you hide the pages. You can never be too careful. How's everyone doing this morning anyway? A bit drizzly here in Sydney. Sarah's looking after the house and Archie all day, which is lovely of her. Should probably just do this. Got a big night tonight. We're going out to see Bert Kreischer comedy show out in Sydney, and we're going out for a nice Italian dinner beforehand. So big day. Hopefully this doesn't take too long today. Could be in it for a few hours, and then have to get a quick workout in, go out to dinner, eat some pizza, have a few laughs, and then back to work tomorrow, back to real work. It's taking a little bit of time to log in or to set up here. It's getting there. Beautiful down in Vic, sunny and cool. Very overcast and drizzly here today, unfortunately. All right, we are. It's like we're in. All right, let me set this back up how it was. Bear with me because there's a lot of jumping around pages and stuff. So on the left we have the dashboard of Ghost, and on the right is what I'll be referring to in terms of the setup. So I'm just going to follow Les's guide here for the time being until I get to a sticking point where I have to refer to the the firma documentation. Actually, I'll refer to that now. So in the Ghost admin, go to settings, click on design, and press change theme button. I'm not too sure I can even get to that just yet. So let's follow along here. A bit bigger. All right, we're in. Welcome to my site. All done. If you want your site to be private while you're building, go to settings, general, advanced settings, scroll to the bottom. I don't even know if I can get to settings just yet. Okay, what do I want to do first? On the left-hand side here, I don't really want to write my first post yet. I want to explore the Ghost dashboard. So I'm going to go down the bottom here, hit the settings, then the very, very bottom left. And I'm going to have to keep changing this a bunch of times. I'm going to hit general. And then I'm going to make this site private. Oh, I don't know if that was a good idea. Give me a second. Cool, all done. So let's go up to settings, general, description, title. So basically she is showing Taylor, if you're bored easily and iterating all the time like me, here's great news. Everything you set up now can change later, even your theme and domains. Awesome. Change your descriptions under settings, general, title, and description. So up here, my title is there. My description's there. Set time zone. So I am in Sydney, which is +10. Close that down, close that down. English is selected. You can also tweak the navigation menu. So I'm just going to play around with a few things while I get used to it. So back in settings, save. There's a save button at the top here, which is helpful. The settings, navigation. So a few things that I want to have. Obviously, I want a home account. I want an About Me page. I intend to, got a list of things here. Contact, very helpful. I also want to obviously blog. Would also like to include videos. I also want to. I have books and now, so I'm just going to put them all in now just for the sake of it, and then I can potentially cull back later. And then now you probably haven't heard of what now you haven't probably heard of what now is. Now is an idea. I think it's by Derek Sivers. So if you go to nownow.com, I've read about this years and years and years ago. It's similar to an about me page, but it's kind of like what you're up to. So it's almost like your own personal social media feed on your website. So for example, like a lot of this is just people that have included now pages on their website. A lot of them are probably defunct and from years and years ago. I'll just pick 2 or 3 random ones to see if they're active. So the premise is just to show a few things that you're currently working on or reading or interested in. So like obviously your blog posts are like more frequent posts that you're doing. And now it's just like this month I'm traveling and reading this book, for example. I think it's a cool idea and just keeps people a bit more in touch with what you're up to personally, as opposed to like the content you're generating. So, for example, this guy is saying, I'm available to speak at your events if you're interested. This is what I'm working on. It's not the best example of one. This is kind of more what I'm thinking. So, hasn't been updated since 2018. Floating around various hotels in the Gloucester area. He's driving this car. He's working on this. He's reading these books. This is what he's learning. So that's the premise of a now page. This one by Adam J. Doolittle is what I'm up to now. I joined a mortgage startup, living in New York for almost 3 years, and working on a side project. So it's kind of like building and sharing in public generally. I think it's a cool idea, and it's something that I want to add. So that's the premise behind a now page. So that's the current list of websites or subdomains and navigation parts of the website. Back on the right here, it says, that's it. You're all set up and ready to design. Now we made it through the annoying part. Now we're building. So now we're at the design phase. So I guess this is where I would best come back to the firmer theme. So I'll save the navigation settings. A lot of this stuff I can customize later. So in the Ghost admin, go to settings, click on design and press the change theme button. So up here, this little blue button on the left-hand side is design. And press change theme at the very bottom. So at the bottom of the page here, bottom left-hand corner, change theme. I'll click that. And I'll try and see if find firmer, hit advanced perhaps. Got to upload theme at the top. All right, so it's saying select or drop your theme zip file. So I don't have that yet, so I guess I have to go back to Firma and download it. So this is the Firma link on Gumroad. I'll quickly run through it. So Firma is a Ghost theme that can be used by startups to large companies to publish any kind of articles relating to their business. It stands out for its clean design, is able to adapt to any company's identity. We've gone through the live demo, it shows features, style guide, and documentation. And it kind of just has all the elements that you can incorporate into your website. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase this. back to the full camera, so nothing is revealed. My options are 69 USD for tech support for 6 months and lifetime updates, or 109 for 12 months of tech support and lifetime updates. I'm just gonna go for the cheaper one because I'm not too sure how crucial the tech support is, and generally I try and figure things out on my own. Oh, there's usually answers online or something anyway. So I'm gonna buy this. And it's not being shown on the screen, which is always handy. One moment. All right, we have the file, so I'll download that. All right, so I'm going to drag this zip file up to the top. All right, upload successful, firmware 2.7.0 uploaded successfully. Do you want to activate it? Yes, I want to activate it. So drag it in, activate now. For installing a new version of this theme, please do not forget to make a backup of the version you are currently using. If you have not modified any files in the theme folder previously, you can simply upload the new file in the Ghost admin. So I'm going to go ahead and back up that download onto the hard drive so I don't forget it. All right, Chris has got to bounce. You'll leave this on in the background. Appreciate that, buddy. Have a good day. All right, so I have that file backed up. Theme structure. Okay, this is where things can get a little bit technical in terms of the coding. So this is on the right-hand side is theme structure. The theme is organized with the following file structures. So it can be a bit overwhelming, but these guides are designed to be pretty simple and useful to follow along. It's just basically how the website's formatted with different codes and whatnot. I'm not going to get too bogged down with that at this second. That's just something I can refer to later. All right, publication settings. After installing the theme, you will most likely want to configure the basic settings in your publication. General settings, which we've already done, the name and the description of the website. The theme uses this information in a variety of places. For example, in the first section of the homepage. So if you want to display other content in that section, these are the settings you will need to change. Next up, social accounts. Ghost allows you to add social accounts like social account links for Facebook and Twitter. By default, includes the links from their own social accounts. To change these links, just delete them and enter yours in the social accounts section at the bottom of the general settings page. So I'm going to come up to the top here and save the theme that I've just uploaded. I'm going to hit settings, at the general, and go to social accounts, down the bottom here, expand that out. So Facebook, change that. Twitter, change that. Save that. And now my Facebook and Twitter are built in, which is nice. All right, back to the right-hand side. In the branding settings of the Ghost admin, you can, it's a bit bigger so you guys can see it. You can change the publication icon and the publication logo as well. So in the branding settings, where's the branding settings? It's in general. Design, perhaps. Okay, so you can change the publication icon and the publication logo as well. Accent color is the primary color the theme uses to highlight certain elements such as buttons, indicators. To change the color, you can enter a hex value, or you can click on the small square that appears in the options to select it visually. I've written down that hex code as I did before. Firmware also offers the option to set the accent color for the dark mode in case it doesn't quite blend well. Okay, publication icon. The icon or favicon is a small image that can be seen in the browser tab next to the title. So I'm going to come across to the left here. Site description I already have. The accent color below it, I've already got. Upload icon. So if you don't know what a favicon is, it's basically one second. They're just little icons that go next to where the URL is on the website. Don't really have like a brand or anything right now, like in terms of like a logo. So I'm not sure what to do there. I might just leave it blank for the time being. Publication cover. I really should make a logo or something. I don't really have time for that right now during this stream. Optional background image for your site. I'm just going to leave as stock standard. This purple one at the bottom here. What else can I tinker with? Publication cover. You can also change the cover, which is shown in the first section of the homepage. To change it, just delete the default image in the publication cover. That's something I have to come back and fix later. So I'm going to make a note of that. Spend a bit of time building that out. Publication to do. Publication cover. Favicon image. Sweet. So yeah, I got to figure out some sort of brand logo or something. Would be kind of cool, but again, don't have time for that. Moving down on the left-hand side here, underneath this purple image, I'll quickly save this. Site-wide, disable dark mode. I'll just leave that untouched for now. I'm not a big fan of dark mode. I never really use it on any apps or websites. So I'll just leave as is. API key, I'm not too familiar with what that is. I'll leave that for now. And we'll come down to home page. Not really sure what I can tinker with here. On the right-hand side here, it's saying posts per page. So by default, Firma shows up to 9 entries on each page listing. If you wish to change the number, please follow these steps. So I guess it's like how many posts do I want per page? I think I'll just leave it at 9. Like there's no point changing it just yet if I don't have any blog posts. So I'll leave it as is. And then we'll go for the navigation, click through. Ghost offers 2 types of navigation, main navigation and secondary navigation. To add links to either of these 2 types of navigation, follow these steps. In the Ghost admin, go to setting, click on navigation. So let's save this up. Settings, navigation. Enter a label for the menu item you're going to add. So I've gone ahead and done all those already. I've added all these different navigation links to the parts of the website, into the destination link, save changes. So I've done all of that. You can also change the order, which I can change later if I'm not happy with it. Note that the secondary navigation items are displayed within the More menu in the site if the site is being viewed as a desktop, as you can see in the following screenshot. So this section at the bottom here of the left-hand panel says secondary navigation in terms of sign up for the newsletter or whatever you have going. That will be in a drop down. So I'll just leave all that for now. Not really applicable at this stage. All right, so for Firma version 2, the option to replace the call to action button that appears in the first section of the homepage has been added. You can customize the text and the link of the button without having to modify the theme code. These options can be found in the theme settings as shown below, which I was just at. So basically, there's going to be a button there if you want to sign up. So, I mean, come across the design homepage. I'll just leave it as subscribe and newsletter for now. You can probably see at the bottom here, just to the right of where my face is, there's a little blue subscribe button. That's what it's referring to. On Ghost 5.3 or 5.30 is now possible to use the brand new native search functionality. Feature is not enabled by default. If you prefer the native search over the custom search provided by the theme, you can enable it in the theme settings under the site-wide section. That's not something I'm going to play with just yet because there's nothing really to search on the page. Let me jump back to Lessa's post and see if she's got anything different to add. So going backwards, publication logo and publication cover. Again, I've made a note to work on that. She's saying here, in terms of getting imagery and stuff, which I can get later, things like Canva, Pexels, Unsplash for free stock imagery is really helpful. And then Lensa, if you want like an AI generated thing or imagery. For my blog post, she says, I chose these image dimensions for the logo and cover. I'm not going to do that today because it could take me quite some time. And then she's just showing how she created her imagery here in Illustrator. Like what you see, hit upload. With the default settings in place, the site is still a mess. So on the home page, you can choose on her site-wide. So she's got a different theme to mine. So she can sort of choose where her imagery is, if it's in the middle, left align, or in grid formation. I don't really have that option on mine at the moment, so I'll skip through all this. And then she says you can view your site so far. So I might just do that to see what it's currently looking like. So very plain, very simple. Obviously, you don't have any images yet, but I'm just getting all the theme introduced and the formatting set up. So at the top here, the main thing I've really added is the navigation points. And to the right of that, I have Facebook, Instagram links. I have sign up and sign in. I guess that's for just Ghost itself. And then you can have this sign up button just below my description to sign up to newsletter, which I haven't set up yet. So very plain, very simple. It's getting there. Main thing is I've paid for things and set it up. That's probably the main part. So we'll come across and get back to where I was. Next thing is your custom domain. I'm sort of just jumping between different resources here. Light and dark mode, I'm not too fussed about. I can think with that later. Enable authors page. I'll get to that in a second. I'm going to jump over to Les's page and type in or link up my custom domain. So I already pay for my domain name. So I'll go ahead and link that now. So Ghost pulled together a neat step-by-step guide to coach you through it. Adding a custom name, using the follow guide. Use the following guides if you're using any of these popular domain name providers. Mine is with GoDaddy. So make your site memorable and easy to find with a branded custom domain name, which I already have. It's possible to map or a domain or subdomain you own directly to Ghost by using a CNAME record with your domain's DNS settings. Each Ghost publication is also provided by SSL certification. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and figure all this stuff out real quick. So I'm already logged into GoDaddy on a separate browser here. Into my products, select the domain you would like to configure with the Ghost Pro publication. So I'll go ahead and do that. Do not see DNS records from the DNS settings. Ensure GoDaddy manages your name servers by selecting the default name servers. And so it's all registered. Give me a second. All right, DNS. Create DNS records. To achieve a subdomain set up for your publication, create the following DNS records within GoDaddy's DNS settings. So the A record will automatically redirect HTTP. So I'm going to go ahead. This part's always confusing, the domain stuff. So I'm going to add new record, I guess. Type is CNAME. Host www. Name, blog or shop. Value. GoDaddy Ghost domain. Let me just double check. Double check what I'm doing. I'm using www as the host, and I've copied the subdomain from Ghost as an instructor I've managed. I just connected my new Ghost account to GoDaddy today. It was quick and easy. I just added the C name and A1 records to GoDaddy DNS according to Ghost instructions, which I'm doing. C name, type name. Sorry, it's confusing. There's a part that says name, but like it doesn't. There's no websites or none of these tutorials are like mentioning the name part on GoDaddy. So it says blog or shop, and it has an asterisk there. Like I have to fill it in. So I'm guessing name or shop, blog or shop, blog or shop. C name, Ghost, blog or shop, GoDaddy. Trying to add a CNAME to my DNS. www will be the host pointing to @ When I try to do this, I get an error. CNAME records use a domain prefix such as blog dot. Oh, it must be my name and then ghost.io. Let's try that. I think that's what it means. Let's know. Let's see if it just crumbles in front of me. That'll be interesting. All right, I'm gonna save that or add more record. A host. Oh, it's name is host, is it? Oh. Be good if they said that. It'd be good if they said that. All right. Perhaps I was wrong. www. That one's @ value. See what happens. Conflicts with another record. Conflicts with. Record name conflicts with another record. I've got to edit it, perhaps. Right, I think I'm figuring it out. And then the A will be that. All right, we're getting there. Appreciate anyone that's hanging out and watching and joining me set this thing up in real time. These things are always tricky. Resale Kings in the house. What's up? What's up, champion? Thanks for stopping by. Just in the middle of setting up a little ghost website here. Trying to figure things out on the fly. Activate login. So I did all this, set up the DNS records with GoDaddy. It looks like everything's done correctly. Okay, log into your publications ghost area or admin area and go to ghost domain settings, click the setup button and follow the prompts to activate your custom domain. Ghost Pro domain, Ghost Pro. Domain. I'm going to hide this just in case there's something of value that comes up. Domain. Host, I think that's right. I think I did it right. Activate. Domains are like a tricky business. Once you do them a few times, you know what you're doing, but linking different accounts back and forth to one another is always interesting. Please refresh the page to update the status of your domain activation. It may take up to 20 minutes to activate. Please refresh the page to update the status of your domain activation. Bit of loading going on. It's always fun. All right, let's skip ahead and look at some other things while I'm waiting for it to load. Pull it into a different tab here. I'll watch it do its thing. All right, so enable authors page. This page is where you can see all the authors at a glance. You can use it as a team page if you will. I'm going to be the only author, obviously. To enable this page, follow these steps. I'm going to skip over that because there's really no point for a solo endeavor. Enables tags page. This page is where you see all the tags at a glance. You can see a live demo in this link. It looks like this. All right, the domain thing could take some time, so I'll just move on with everything. I'll leave it in the background running so I can refer to it. All right. Okay, all right, we're back. All right, the domain thing worked. Looks like it's all good. So it's all linked up. I'll just may as well show you. There's no information or anything. So basically my website will be my name. And it's all working. Looks sweet. All right, so it's all linked up, which is awesome. That's one more thing accomplished. So let's look into tags. I guess with blog posts or videos and stuff, if you have like a bunch of different areas of interest that you're posting about, you want to here we go on the right. If you can tag things to make it a bit easier for navigation for the actual people that visit your site. So that's how it's going to look. That's pretty cool. I like how that is. So I'm going to enable the page. So to enable this page, please follow these steps. In the Ghost admin, head to the pages and press new page. So at the bottom here, we hit the gear icon, head to pages. Oh, pages on the left here. Pages. And press the new page button, new page. Give it a title that says tags. You can also add a feature image and an excerpt text in the page settings. Find what you're looking for using the tags below. Let's just find a random image. We'll go to just pexels.com. Tag. We'll just find a random tag image for the sake of it. Let's just find something. Let's go folders. Folder. Cool. I'll just use this image for now. If you don't know what Pexels is a good free stock image website. As you can see here, free to use. And you can just search. This is a cool one, actually. I'm going to go to this one. Bit of a darker theme. And you can just download for free different sizes and stuff. So I'm just going to use a medium-sized one. This image doesn't have to be massive or anything. I'll just quickly download that. Okay, so on the right, you can add a featured image and excerpt into the text. Tip, you do not need to add content to this page. It is automatically generated. So stuff will be generated as I create posts and stuff in the future. They'll automatically add to here. So I'm not sure how to add an image, which is interesting. Featured image. How do I add a featured image? Oh, here we go. Above tags, it hovers up, add featured image. And there's actually a little button here that links to Unsplash. So I could have just found something via Unsplash, which looks like it's integrated, which is pretty damn awesome. So I'm going to click add feature image, and then I'm just going to go to the downloads and maybe find something I need. Maybe I can click and drag it. I can drag it. So if you're using Mac and you have your download bar at the bottom, you can just drag it onto the screen, which is dope. So that'll be that page. And I'll click publish the page. Publish on site right now. I'll just say schedule it for later. Let's just do a couple of days when I'm actually ready for everything to sort of be happening, which is cool. I like that you can schedule things out like that. Awesome. One page done. One page done. We're getting there. I'm enjoying this. All right. If anyone in the chat is here and has any questions, feel free to hit me up. If you need any help or anything, I'm learning as I go, building this thing in public, as they say. So this is very exciting. I can close some of this back-end stuff down now because the domain is set up. And we're getting there, folks. We're getting there. All right. Okay. All right. Let's get back into it. All right. So on this left-hand panel, we've done the tags. And now we're going to enable newsletter. So newsletter is something that I would love to do, and I plan on doing it. I have a few ideas of the theme that I can create around, like the metrics, or not the metrics, but the type of topics that I want to talk about every week or include in a newsletter format. It's not necessarily about like reselling if you're from this channel for reselling or for like podcast type content. I'm kind of shifting away from being like a niche content creator in that regard. I just want to kind of talk about everything that interests me to suit my, I guess, ADHD way of thinking and lifestyle. I kind of get interested in things and then they fade out real fast. So I want to have some sort of newsletter where I can capture things that I'm interested in and share them with you guys or anyone that subscribes to the newsletter. And just talk about things I'm interested in. Hopefully you guys can get some value out of that. That's the whole purpose. So that's the intention behind the newsletter. And it's going to take some time before it's up and running and sort of formatted and things like that. But I'm going to go ahead and set it up now. And then if someone wants to join up, they can join up and just be, I guess, numero uno for the newsletter. I have a few name ideas for the newsletter. So for example, there are a few newsletters that I do enjoy reading. For example, I'll just show you a couple of newsletters that I enjoy reading to give you some context. So there's one called The Hustle, which is really cool. There's one that's called Morning Brew, which is probably one of the most popular daily email newsletters. So as you can see, there's like blogs and stuff introduced here as part of the website and stuff. It's primarily a blog, the Hustle is, but they have a newsletter here where they obviously, I'll go into the archive here, where they just have different topics and links to things that are going on in the world, or it's kind of a broad spectrum of random things to do with like culture and business and stuff like that. This is the type of stuff that I love reading. I'm not going to have anything anywhere near as in depth or anything because they probably have a team of 30 authors and editors. And then Morning Brews are a similar type of thing. I will basically be trying to attempt to do a one-man show version of this. So Morning Brews, heaps popular at the front of the page. They have the markets and what's going on in the stock market, a couple of big topics for the day or the week. So here we have Disney news, interest rates from Apple card or whatever business card, bank card, global headlines, entertainment. So I got a few ideas in terms of the title that I want to call it because I want it to be kind of brandable, and topics that should be entered. So if you guys have any suggestions or anything, I think I might do some sort of cash reward or PayPal reward if someone has like a great name that I do use. I will reimburse you if I do use that name, because I can only come up with so many names. ChatGPT's there. It's come up with a few good ideas, but obviously human creativity goes a bit further than that. So if someone can help me come up with a good name, I will gladly throw you a few dimes your way. So that's the intention of the newsletter. All right, so let's build this thing. So enable newsletter goes for the members feature is enabled by default. That means you don't have to do anything to enable the newsletter. If you disable the members feature, the newsletter form will be removed automatically. So I believe, because I downloaded it today, or I'm setting up Ghost today, that it's pre-set up. So the newsletter page, you can enable, do so following these steps, publish the page. I'm going to go do this to see what happens. So pages, it's not here. I've only got tags and about this site currently. So I'm going to hit new page, give it a title. Oh my God. You can also add a featured image. So I might just do that again. Let's find, what kind of theme do I want? What kind of image do I want for the newsletter? Just coffee and paper. Pretty generic. Let's coffee and book. Coffee and phone. So I like this one, but I kind of want it horizontal. So in pixels, you can actually just choose the orientation you want. So I'm going to go horizontal. Coffee and writing. All right, I'm just going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nope. I don't want to use an image of someone because like it's not really representing me because it's not me doing it. I'm just going to pick this one. Super generic. Coffee, MacBook, and then pen and paper. That'll do for now. I'll download probably a larger version, probably like a 1080p version, 1920 by 1280 in this case. I'll download that. And then as I did before, we can drag that straight up as the feature image. So on the right-hand side here, you do not need to add content to this page as it is automatically generated. Very cool. If you decide to use another title for this page, it is important that you manually change the page URL in the page settings so the value is newsletter, so /newsletter, for example. If you want to use a different URL, subscribe, for example, you can unzip the theme. So I'm not really going to mess with that right now. I'm just going to set these pages up. Appreciate anyone that's hanging out with me right now. If you have any questions about what I'm up to or what I've done so far, let me know and I can show you what I'm doing and what I've learned. So this is the newsletter page. I'm going to go ahead and publish this. And as I did with the tags page, I'm just going to do a drop down here and schedule it out for in a couple of days' time. Cool. So that's 2 pages done. All right, add comments. Native comments. So native commenting support was introduced and it's supported by the theme. This feature allows you to invite members to join the discussion and participate in the community directly on your website. This feature is disabled by default. If you want to use it, you have to enable it first. You can do it under the membership settings. Third-party comments. Firma, you can integrate with other things for comments. The only things not too sure if comments are that useful at the moment. Perhaps on like a blog post to start a bit of a discussion. The newsletters will be coming via email. A lot of the websites or the newsletters that I've just shown previously, like Morning Brew and The Hustle, generally have previous newsletters like in an archive you can go back and look at. So the only place I would really need to have comments on the website is at the bottom of a blog post or for archived newsletters. So I'm going to go ahead and skip that now, but I'm going to add it to my notes and references to add in the future. So add comments section to blogs and archived newsletters. No point really doing it now because there's no content on the actual website. All right. So I'm going to skip all that stuff. All right, bottom corner here, table of contents. Firma supports table of contents in posts right out of the box. So you can see a demo right here. That's pretty cool. So this is an example of like a blog post using this Firma template. So this is a blog post, for example. And then after the heading, get main image. And then obviously the blog post can be quite long, as you can see. If it's like a tutorial type of thing or any sort of content really that has multiple headings, the main thing is on this right-hand corner here, you can see table of contents. So you can skip along to things. Super cool, very professional looking. And basically what I'm looking at now is that is included with the template that I'm using. So that's really cool. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and follow the steps here to set that up. All right. So if you want to enable it in certain posts, you can do it as follows. Open a post in the Ghost admin, open this post settings and scroll all the way down. Select table of contents as the template and then save the settings. So I haven't done a post yet. So what I might do is just make a dummy one just to test that out. So on the left-hand panel here on Ghost, I'm going to just hit where it says post here and plus. I'm going to just hit that and see what happens. Dummy blog number 1. It's not here. So maybe I'll go back. In the Ghost admin, open the post settings and scroll all the way down. Select table of contents. Okay, I need to make it as my main. Let's have a look. Let's have a look around. Post settings. How do I find post settings? Open a post in Ghost admin. This is a post. And scroll all the way down. Select table of contents as the template. So all I can really do is hit this edit icon. I can't scroll all the way down. I'm just add a photo just to see what happens. Oh, can't. I can hit plus, image. Oh, this is cool. I can add in all the elements here for my blog post. So let's just add an image. Just adding this image, random image I have downloaded. What's cool on the bottom here, I don't know if you can see it on this screen, is it shows you the word count, which is helpful if you have a word target or a character target. I'm going to go ahead and delete that because I don't need it. So what I'm struggling to find is, okay, I found post settings. So I don't know if you can see it here. I'll see if I can drag this in a bit so you can see. So on this, basically the other post that I was looking at, I'll bring it across. Hopefully I'm still live. Sorry if that dropped out. Give me a second. Can you just see if that stream's still going? The internet dropped out. Sarah? All right. If Sarah, if you're in the chat, give me a thumbs up. Let me know the Wi-Fi is still going. That was interesting, fun. I'm back. All right. Awesome. Whew. What are we at? 2 hours in? Hour and a half. All right. I'm doing pretty well. I'm having a lot of fun here. There's going to be a lot of stuff I don't do on this stream in terms of creating graphics and colors and stuff. But I'm having fun. I enjoy building these things. And I'm just looking forward to making blog posts and like curating content in terms of the newsletter and everything. So I'm enjoying myself. Got a big day. All right. Let's get the music going again. All right. Let me find some different music to add. Take a mini break. Reset. Just like the internet. All right. Let's go. So the last thing I was doing was trying to set up a table of contents. So every time I have a blog post, I can have a short table of contents that's automatically added to that blog post to make it easier navigation for the actual person on the web page. And I'm assuming it will just automatically generate depending on the way the heading and structures are. So if you've never built a website before, but you obviously use them, the way the formatting works is like there's different headings and stuff. So like this up the top here that says table of contents will be like an H1 formatting to give it a big bold font. And that actually is prioritized in a sense in terms of when you're searching things on Google, it looks for like H1, H2, H3 headings, which basically means heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, in terms of how prominent they are. So if you have, for example, this one says table of contents. If you're searching table of contents for Firma ghost theme on Google, then it'll kind of search H1 stuff first, if that makes sense. And then below that will be like H2, and then it will actually have the actual text itself will be known as, I think, just text or block text or something like that. But the main thing I'm trying to get to is on this right-hand side where it has the 1, 2, 3, 4 for the table of contents, is just going to pull the heading title and automatically put it there. Kind of not that important if you're just a consumer, but if you're a creator and you want to build your website, that's just something you need to know. So basically what I want to do here is follow these settings. So the table of contents is the template for every blog post that I do. Every new blog post that I do will use this format. So there's a table of contents on every post, as opposed to picking and choosing which ones I want to apply it to. So hopefully that makes sense. On this dummy blog number 1 for dummy.com, which is probably taken, but it should be what this website's called. You can come across to the right-hand side here, top right-hand corner, and hit this little panel. And this is where you can find your settings. So you can change the post URL. So dummy blog number 1. Publish date. This is where you can add in tags. So this will automatically generate to the tags page that I created 10 minutes ago. You can limit the access to yourself to specific tiers of the paid membership. So if you have some secret content, have like Patreon type of paid paywall type content, you can put it there, which is really cool. You can change the authors, change metadata, how it looks on Google. So a lot of cool features here. A Twitter card, so you can change what the preview image will look like on Twitter if you're going to promote your blog post. So I'm stoked with how simple this is all looking compared to Squarespace and WordPress back in the day. I'm really excited to get on here and start creating. But the main thing I want to do is come down to the bottom here where it says template default, and I want to hit table of contents. So I might have to do that individually for each post. I'm not too sure. Either way, it's a 2-second thing, but that's how I would prefer to have mine. Makes it easier for the user to navigate everything that they're doing in terms of when they're reading blog posts. So that's that one done. Now I know how to do templates. Enable members. So Firma supports both free and paid members. By default, users who sign up automatically will be free members and can sign in later with a magic link. If you set up paid tiers, members who have previously registered for free can pay a subscription to access the website's premium content. So this is really cool if you have, like, for example, my partner Sarah and I have a podcast, and we could put paid things like live streams and stuff behind a paywall, which is really cool. You can potentially work around things like Patreon that might take a percentage of any of the revenue that you get paid from subscriptions and stuff. I'm not too sure if it works the same with Ghost. I imagine there's probably some sort of siphoning off the top, but it is what it is. This is just cool that it can be built in to your website automatically. So member pages, sign up. This page is where users can sign up on your site. If they are already free members, then they will see the subscription plans you have in place and will be able to pay to become paid members. Sign in on this page. That's just listing the types of pages that are there. So that's coming down to the setup section. The first thing you need to do to allow members on your site is to enable this feature in the Ghost admin and connect a Stripe account. So straight away, I know Stripe's going to take some money off the top, and it is what it is. So I don't really need this post anymore, so I'm going to leave this page. I'm not sure whether to set this up now. It might take me a bit of time, and it doesn't really make sense when the website's not fully live and working yet. So I might skip over this and potentially touch on this in an updated video or updated live stream once I have a potential first newsletter to go out and that sort of thing. But do be aware that there is a membership thing page you can come in and set up. There's plenty of details there about setting that up. So I'm going to come into my notes and set up and research member pages. Add in that link. Right. So I'm going to scroll through the bottom of this, and there's a portal there about different payment plans, whether it's free, monthly, yearly, how it's all displayed to the user. Theme translation, change language. Firma is fully translatable, and it comes with the following translations out of the box: English, Spanish, French, German, Dutch, Chinese, Slovak, and Czech. To change the language of the website, which I don't want to do, you can do that. If you want to use a different language, you can make a copy. Don't need to do that. I imagine majority of the people that will be on my website will be English. Otherwise, I'm sure there's like a Google extension or some sort of automation tool to change the language if they want it in a language other than English. Replace translations with your own. So I'm just going to skip through this. Don't really need that. Theme development. If you have knowledge in web development and want to make deeper changes in the theme, or you want to create a theme based on Firma, you can do so. So if you want to change elements, change sizing, there's endless options here that I'm not going to get into or even remotely touch on in this stream because that's out of my depth. And I just want to get the main things sorted out. So I'm going to skip through this as well. Footnote text override. As of version 2, the option to replace the text that appears in the footnote has been added. This means it is now possible to replace the default text, which is published with Ghost, with the text of your choice. This new option can be found in the theme design settings as shown below. So I'm going to go ahead and change that because I want to credit myself rather than Ghost. So let's go to site design. So that is in the settings gear icon at the bottom here. And design, this blue tab in the middle next to my face. Site wide. And then we can change the footnote text override. So I mean, what do? I do just a published, or I can just do something like a copyright symbol, I guess, is what I used to do. Created by me, C 2023. Save that. Let's just do a peace emoji for the sake of it. I like it. Hang on, where's the smiley piece? Where's find a little emoji to go alongside. Grinning with smiley eyes, that'll do. All right, let's save that. So at the very bottom of the page here, not sure if you can see it, already has a copyright there by me anyway, with my name anyway, so I don't need to do that. So what I'll do, I'll do something funny, something witty, who cares? I'll just do created by yours truly. That'll do. All right, just refresh that and see if it changed. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to copy this because I like that. Published with. I'm just going to straight up steal that. Because I like it. I don't want that. I want a heart emoji. Cool. All right, moving on. Custom colors. So Firma has a well-defined color palette. These are the colors used in all the style sheets of the theme. This means that if you want to change some colors to adapt it to the identity of your brand, it is only a matter of changing these values. Very simple. A list of color variables is as following. So all of this data, like this code, is all in like the back end you can mess with. I'm not going to change it today because I could be here for hours trying to pick the best color theme. I will, maybe I'll choose them all behind the scenes and then come back and do another stream once I know what I'm doing, and then walk you through that stuff as I've made the decision, because I could be here for hours making decisions. It'll take forever. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to add to my notes and reference. Select color themes for site and include in part 2 of live stream. I'll add in that link. That way you guys aren't watching me to be the most indecisive person in existence. Tommy B is in the house. Thanks for stopping by. Can I hire you on Fiverr for a Fiverr? I think I charge $5 per 5. So $5 per every 5 minutes. So I can do something for you. I can help you out. What do you need? Let me know a list of demands and I'll do my best to sort you out. Give me a 1 minute break here while I go and grab a quick snacky poo. I'll be back in 45 seconds. Enjoy some music. One more minute. All right, we're back. Had a quick question here from Clay Grans. I'm planning on starting a 2-person podcast and have 2 USB mics, and I'm not sure how to connect them to my MacBook. With USB mics, you should be able to add them, but depending on what software you're using to record or edit, kind of limits like what you can do. So for example, like this microphone here is USB and it will record this microphone, but like the software, most softwares kind of mix into one track a lot of the time if they're free softwares. So you should be able to just plug 2 USB mics directly into the MacBook. You can use like GarageBand, something free, or I think it's called Audacity is the free one I used to use years ago. Audacity software. But you have to just play around with it. If you want to record the 2 USB mics separately, you just have to create 2 different tracks. And sometimes you can only the MacBook might only recognize like one audio source, if that makes sense. So it might mix them together as one. I prefer to use XLR stuff just so I can mix independently into one track, and then each mic can have its own adjustments and stuff like that. You just got to play around with it. It really depends on what software you're going to use, and that really comes down to you have to play with it. There's probably a bunch of YouTube videos. I can't give you an exact answer because I haven't done a pod with 2 USB mics in quite a while, but you should be able to. And depends if you're going to do it like a live stream or according to a software beforehand and edit, or like what your plan is really. I know it's a very vague answer, and I'm sorry I couldn't give you more. All right, let's rip into this. So, custom colors. Okay, so just showing different colors. I'm not going to worry about that now. Post templates. Probably GarageBand. Yeah, just jump into GarageBand, create 2 tracks, and see if you can. Basically, if there was like a mic 1 and mic 2 option, if that's the case, and you can select a different mic for each track, you're good to go. It might only recognize one input. So like track 1 and track 2 are both it just says USB mic. It doesn't distinguish between 1 and 2. And then it might just mix them down automatically into one track. It should be fine. Just don't talk over each other is like the main point. And it shouldn't have any issues as long as no one's like louder than the other. Just trial and error with that sort of thing. But good luck with the pod. It's always fun starting a new podcast. Very daunting though, but you just got to practice. I'm by no means an expert. Again, like what I'm doing here, I just like fiddling with things and figuring out little problems and working through them. That's what I enjoy doing. If I had time, I'd spend a bit more time helping you, but I got to get this website going. Good luck, Clay. All right, so post templates. That's mainly what the website is kind of intended for, is blog posts. So this is kind of where I'm up to. I'm almost at the bottom of this document. So we're getting closer, guys. So post templates. Firma includes the following variations for posts and pages that you can use depending on your needs. Table of contents provides a table of contents that appear alongside the article. We've touched on that already. Post without newsletter. You can use this template if you do not want to display the newsletter section at the bottom of an article page. Table of contents without newsletter. I think that's a combination of the two. Page without newsletter. You can use this template if you do not want to display the newsletter section at the bottom of a regular page. So basically, the main thing it's getting to here is like if you have a newsletter, you can choose to like add the links and stuff at the bottom of each individual page, each individual post. And then you can just choose table of contents, for example. So a bunch of different variations here. Social icons. Firma includes the following social icons in case you want to use them somewhere on your website. So, for example, let's save this and come back to settings. We'll go to, say, posts, or we'll just go to a post to make a post, dummy blog. So it's saying if I want to add an icon and link out to somewhere, it's all these ones here: Vimeo, WeChat, WhatsApp, YouTube, Twitter. The list goes on and on. They're all automatically added. To use any of these icons, you must use a code like this. The example above shows the YouTube icon. To show the Instagram icon, replace the YouTube with Instagram in lowercase. So I just copy and paste this code. I was under the assumption I could just click the plus and or be here. Spotify. Okay, I got to insert. Oh, this is just for icons. So hit preview. Okay, yeah, cool. So basically, if you want to, you can add an icon in. So for example, this is not like a link or anything. It's just throwing in an image. So if I want to be like, follow me over on YouTube, and I could have like, add like a link here to like youtube.com right? If I wanted to, I could just add in like a little thing after the fact. For example, I'm just messing here. I'm not fully know what's going on. Hit preview. Yeah, just adds little icons and stuff. You could, I don't know, it's stuff to play with, but the main thing is here knowing that there is the option to add in little icons, and that is built into the back end of this theme. So that's cool. Tables and forms. If you ever need to add tables or form elements to the content of your articles, you can easily do so by adding the HTML card that the editor provides. You can see a demo in the style guide. So I can add in like tables like this if I want to show some data. And this is just the coding that I would need. And you just replace the word like cell or one with whatever data you want to represent. So that's really cool. Another option would be to like create an image in like a Google sheet or something, and then drag the image across. But this is like a little bit more user friendly in terms of you can highlight things. With an image, you can't really like highlight the content within that table. So I'm not really going to add any tables or forms in anytime soon. That's good to know. Comes with styles for these form elements, so I can do like checkboxes, all that sort of stuff. A lot of this stuff is highlighted in this style guide here. So the way these forms are presented, I can do this all using HTML coding, which isn't the hardest thing to work out. HTML is pretty straightforward. And again, like this Firma Ghost theme documentation, it's all here for you to copy and paste if you ever get stuck. Pretty straightforward stuff. Don't really need it at this point in the process. So open external links in a new tab by default. If you want all of the external links to open in another tab, you have to post the following code into the code injection page of your Ghost admin site footer section. So for me, if I'm going to have a bunch of links to Amazon links to books or to websites or to other references, you like the whole point of having a website is you want traffic on your website. So you kind of want to have people stay on there. You don't want them to click a link and then just to like go somewhere else and never come back to your website. You want to keep them on your website. So ideally, you want to have them go to a new tab if they click a link. So that's what this is suggesting. And I do want to do this on my website. So I'm going to go ahead and do that just to keep traffic on my website. Same as any social media platform, you want them to be on there as long as possible. You want to keep their attention. So I'm going to go into code injection page on the Ghost admin. So at the bottom here, just above my head, the green button in the middle says code injection. And on the site footer, I have to copy and paste this. So I'll go ahead and copy and paste it. Simple enough. Hit save. And then let's see if that works. So in the dummy blog here, I'll just type in, we can just use this red heart emoji link. Copy that. I'll close that link down and I'll just type in red heart emoji, highlight, add in a link, add in the URL, hit enter, and then we'll hit preview. So if I want to hit this link here that's provided on this website preview, it should open a new tab. There you go. It's not going to take me off my page and refresh my entire page. So it takes me away from my website, keeps me on the website. Super simple. That's what you want if you're setting up your website, new tabs for all new links. Awesome. Okay, so I think I'm at the end of this tutorial. So below, I list some official tutorials that I think you might find useful, since they show you how to configure common features using the editor, creating membership tiers, Google Analytics and Ghost, MailChimp, Shopify, add a contact form, creating a custom homepage, implementing the redirects, and a bunch of other stuff. So at this stage, I have a couple of things designed, right? I'll just publish this blog just for the sake of it being active on the website. So I'm going to go to view site. Up the top here to see what we're currently looking like. So what we've done so far is add in the website name, the description. We've got a link here if you want to sign up to the newsletter. We have our dummy blog number 1, which we can click on. There's nothing in it yet, just some text. We have this external link, so we can hit that or open a new tab, which we just did 2 seconds ago. Previous articles, subscriptions to newsletters, so you can come in here and enter things or email addresses rather, to join the newsletter. And then at the very bottom, we added in the footer. And then at the top, we have all of our page links, which I can go in and fix all these up at a future time. So that's the main thing, getting all like the little nitty-gritty stuff sorted out. And up here we have our more section, which I mentioned a while ago. You can change the theme, and we can hit sign up if you want to sign up to newsletter. It's very cool stuff. So I think for today, that will be it. I've spent 2 hours fiddling with things, working out how to use the Ghost platform. There's so much more to do. I think I was planning on trying to do everything all in one session, but I need time to sit down and make some decisions about what to include on each of these pages and have the color theme and the images picked out, so I can make it a bit more seamless and easier to navigate and follow for you if you want to like follow along on this journey. So I'll leave it there for today. I'll be back in potentially a week or 2 or even less, and spend some more time configuring things once I've decided on images and colors, as I've just said. So I'll get around to that shortly, and stay posted for another live stream coming up where I keep building this thing out. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up and a comment if you've enjoyed this stream, and I'll see you in the next live stream and we'll finish this website.